Hello and welcome back. My name is Avia Vulpes and I'm a tech-focused VTuber. And I am now starting off a diorama build. I've got this kit that I bought off Amazon. It's got a bunch of pre-made parts and some instructions, so I don't know how long it's going to take exactly, but I'm anticipating it'll be a few parts at least. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to this one after everything that happened yesterday. So I tried streaming the game The Ascent and it just failed completely. The stream was completely choppy. OBS cut out. Yeah, not really great. So looking forward to just chilling out with a bit of, nice making something. On a much less technically demanding stream as well. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be needing for this. I've got the scalpel out just in case. I've got my tweezers and everything around. I do have PVA glue as well to hand, just in case. But I've never done one of these before, so I'm not really sure exactly what to expect. So we've got a bunch of stuff. Actually, I should probably go off what it is I'm actually making. So this is the actual diorama. It's like a small study room. Yeah, quite a small scale one. So it should be quite manageable as a first one. It does have, interestingly, an LED in it. So I'm going to see how that goes, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've been wanting to get into dioramas for a while, but I've just never really known where to start. I've always admired channels on YouTube that actually do diorama making, but yeah, it always seemed quite daunting to get into, so I figure doing a kit like this is going to be a nice starting point. So looks like we've got the B package. I don't know if that's okay. There's some work that might need doing to clean off any burrs. Let's get on camera. So yeah, basically on some of the parts, I mean, that's looking pretty clean actually, but I think specifically it's talking about the wood. There might be some burrs around the edge, just the rough spots from the manufacturing. Okay. We're getting ahead of myself a bit here because we've got, I think these are templates for the textured parts. And then also got, I think, templates. So I guess I've got to, with these I've got to find, wait, does it have cloth? Okay, I think it does have cloth actually. I'm going to use this to cut out the right shapes. So yeah, I think this is going to be a more than one stream. Yeah, we'll press on. No, let's get this out and see what's in here. Let's knock the table. Okay, we do have a battery box and the LED pre-fitted, and there's like some sandpaper as well, and then stuff. I guess that's to do like the lamps. I think that's going to be stuffing for the seat, and then different fabrics, and then various, it's like all wooden components there. So just instructions on how to do. Okay, so it's not actually going to be step by step. It's just how to do. I'll make the different parts and then. Oh wow, the chair's going to be complicated. And you kind of put it all together at the end. So yes. Oh, I want to. We're saying start with this box. These storage boxes here. Books. On this stuff, I've got the boxes here, so I guess I'll just cut these out and then do them as is. And that's yeah, it's not really saying to stick them to anything, just to themselves. So okay, I guess it's going to be the starting point then. Now let's get the camera down a bit more. Where's my short ruler? I've got stuff all over the place, so I don't actually know where everything is at the moment. Well, 30cm ruler there, but ideally I want my 15cm ruler. Where did I put that? Isn't under the ink mixing trays. Right. Get out of the way. So what I've got to do now is cut these out. No, I'm freehand for now. These are small enough that I think it'd be a bit too fiddly trying to get the ruler in everywhere. Obviously these bits I'm planning now, the darker ones are going to be the flaps that go inside. So actually I might want to take the ruler on these bits. Just make sure those are straight, because those are the ones that will actually be seen. What else I'm going to do? Cut all the way across here just to cut it out, so I've not got this whole massive thing that I'm trying to manoeuvre. That's going to be much easier to work with now. Just freehand the rest. Not too worried about the neatness of the tabs. There we go, first box done. Now I'll lightly score it. So scoring, I'm just going through like the very uppermost layers of the paper, just so it makes it easier to fold straight. Okay, I scored a bit too much. I can salvage that. Just basically going like that, and then I can get this side onto there. So let's get the PVA out. And this is of course glued together. Let's get some pliers out. Let's get some scrap cards. I don't know if this is actually gonna. There you know, that's glued together at the moment. Pin vise. I mean, if not, I've got spare. Choose a PVA. It's working. Yeah, there you go. PVA coming in. What I'm probably best off doing is mix them out onto there. Then I've got tail stick and then use that to actually apply the glue. Well, they mean I'm not applying too much. I'll leave that for now just for the glue to set before I try and get the other side on, because I don't want to risk shifting the sides. Let's try and get the lid done. Knocking the camera. Yeah, still going to be a bit more gentle this time with the scoring. Where it is on the mat. The mat's a bit warped at the moment. I think trying to put on a bit of a dip, so I'm not getting a good. There we go. Good hold with the ruler. Going to go in something like that, and then be the lid for this. So I might just do it one corner at a time, just to be even more gentle with this. Leave that for now. Move on the next box. So this one's just going to be exactly the same as the first box. Now we're going to do the tabs as well. So that time I wasn't even really putting any pressure on. I was just drawing the blade over the card, and that seems to have been enough to score it sufficiently. There's a first side closing up. Okay, I'm going to try and get this one done now. Or wait for the other one to dry. I'll work out which side this we're connected on, but I don't think it really matters. Actually, no, it might be that side. Just readjust the position while it's still moist. There we go. Pretty happy with that, so I'm going to leave that to dry now. I'll just try and get the second side of this done now. Leave that, and then finally cut out the last lid. So I separate the two sides from the tabs, and then now finish up the scoring. Again, just run the blade very gently. Yeah, which size have I done? There's just the short sides left. Confused myself a little bit there. I went a bit hard on that one, so I think the first one I'm going to do is this one. Because I put a bit too much PVA on there because it's bubbling out. I don't know how well the camera is going to be able to see the little bubble of glue in the corner. Maybe cloth and wipe off the excess and then get it in position and press it down. So I should dry in place now. And then get these sides done. Use the knife to stick down the sides where I want them. Those will hold in position now. That's the first box. Oh, no, that's the second one. There's the first. I'm just going to finish off the lids now. So I'll wait for the glue to dry. So yeah, the first part is the... I don't know, like the photo frames actually is what they may have wanted me to do first. Now she got one there. And then the covers there. Also, interesting, I'm looking on here and notice there's a Nintendo Switch. And yeah, can't quite make out what games are on there. Let's continue on with this one. So I know not got the final side done yet, but I should. Maybe that's a bit of a tight fit. I'm going to get this tab round. There's no one to cooperate. There we go. I think I need a bit more glue on that because I think I've pulled everything off I just put on. Yeah, that should stick down like that now. See if I get in this last tab sorted. Use the dry end of the cocktail stick on this one. Maybe see if we can speed run the last two. See how well that sticks down, because I think as I was bending them, I pulled off all the glue. A bit more glue into there and then so that's going to be the second lid. Yeah, the first one fits. Well, there we go. Actually does go on. I don't know if you're supposed to actually glue the lid down or not. To be honest, I think it probably does make sense to. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing going in there. So that'll glue down there, and then I think this one's going to be a tighter squeeze. them's not. One of the tabs has come off. With a bit of extra glue. Into there just to really hold it in place. I'll leave that one a bit longer to dry. So up next, I think I'll get these photo frames sorted. You know what? So what you're supposed to do is actually tear along here. Basically make these a lot more manageable pieces. The knife. Oh, where did I've lost the lid. Actually, where did I send that? Okay, just cut these up and then hunt for the lid after. Stuck to the back of one of the parts I just, the first bits that I cut. What did I just do with a ruler in that? There it is. All right. Now it's going to be interesting trying to score these. I'll store. Maybe this. Oh. I'll right through it again. So what you're supposed to do with these is fold them round so that they form a triangle like this, and then glue the ends there, go around like that, and that's basically the stand at the back of the picture frame. Blue. Yeah, unfortunately with this one, I kind of ruined it. What I think I'll do glue these on like that, and then I'll see about trying to glue the edges back together. That's the start. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, these are the perils of using a sharp knife, because this is a fresh blade that I got out. Yeah, not so long ago. It's barely been used, so it is still very sharp. Which is great for cutting stuff, but doesn't mean you've got to be careful when scoring. So I might leave these for now and instead start trying to do something a bit different with the bookshelf. So basically you've got to take a bunch of these parts and then make the frame and then the shelving. Sure. Probably see how this is doing, see if I can get the lid on. Oh, that's completely broken. As long as the front is good, I can glue that together. So I might just some glue along the top edge. Glue that down. Once that's on, and this will dry, I can then finish off that tab. Right, so what do I work on next? Okay, looks like it's this one. Yeah, they're very handily marked, all of these. So that's third. Wow, I'm starting to understand it now. So look at the markings. So this one is A3. So QT007 seems to be the actual diorama model. Yeah, all these plastic ones are all A, all the wooden ones are B, and then if you look on here, these are all C. So the paper ones are the C. So I need B1 with C130. Maybe this. And I see, so pop, try and put one of these out. It's the right height. It's much too wide, and it's because I don't know. The camera's going to show it, but there's lines along here. You basically wrap this in it, so it's got this wood texture on all sides. So yeah, very clever actually. Grumpy score. I should be able to put that in there. Oh, and that fits perfectly. That is very nice. I'm actually really impressed with this kit. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Right, so now I did say at the start we need to deburr it. Actually, you know what? They do not provide a knife, which luckily I've got. They do provide the sandpaper. Let's go over this. that's smoothed out now. So what I can do is okay, put the covering. What I can do actually is put PVA directly on there. Okay, I was hoping to hold it in place, but I've just shifted it ever so slightly. So what I'm going to have to do now, I'll just take it out, and then basically run this over so it's a smooth layer of PVA. Trying to get all to the edges as well. Basically what I don't want is for it to be blobbing up at any point and trying to cause little bumps all over the place. So I've got that, I can put that back in place, wash my hands off so I don't get PVA on the outside. I have done anyway, but okay, that's looking like it's in place to me, so I'm going to leave that PVA side down, let that dry for a bit, and then get the second side stuck down. So I'll wait for that. Let's repeat on the other side. Okay, and then debar again. Here you can really smell the burnt wood that's being sanded off here. These of course are laser cut pieces, so it's dark edging you can see on the edge there. That's literally where the wood was burned as it was being cut off. Once again, smooth out the PVA just so it's a nice even layer. And then the other side is sticking down there, yeah, that one. And then hopefully this should be dry enough for us to now get this side stuck down. Quite a heavy layer actually. But at least we know it's going to stay down. One thing I'll do then is lay that on top as weight, so I'll just really keep it stuck down. Of the excess. Looking good. Let's do the other side. I think it's a dry bit that can out. Pull that off. Yeah, and that's good because this is the dry bits are coming out. It means the nozzle should be unclearing or unplugging, rather. It'll hopefully make it flow a lot better going forwards. So those are the two sides of the bookshelf. So next up I've got to do this one, which is just the one top piece. And I've got 3 shelves on the interior. Yeah, so this one I've actually got to cut out because I leave little bits on there just so it holds it on the actual sprue. That's actually what you're deburring. Yeah, just the remnants to make sure the parts don't all fall out when it's being transported. Good. That one, Charlie 131. So this one, interestingly, is not an all the way around one, it's just one edge and sides. Or just say one side and edges. Colour these little corners. And once more, gently score. Maybe a bit too much on that one. No, we're okay. That's that side. My glue stick is starting to get a bit gluey itself. I think that's the right position. So we'll leave that there to dry. While that's working, I'm going to see if I can get this edge glued together and try and reform this thing. Kind of looks like it's working. The nice thing about working with PVA glue over super glue is that PVA is water soluble, so it washes off your hands a lot easier. I dread to think what would happen if I was using super glue on this. Actually, I can already see that I've got a lot of PVA all over my hands, or all over my fingers at least. Almost there, it just doesn't want to stay stuck down. So I think I'll have to hold it here for a bit. Just trying to put this in place because it will. Yeah, you see it's just coming apart, so it needs to Stay like that. I say probably my fingers are getting stuck to it as well. Okay, that may have done the trick. What I do then is, what about that one drying? Stick this one down. So hang on. This probably doesn't really matter which way. As long as the flat side is on the bottom. I use the knife to position. I don't need to get this entirely neat because it's not going to be seen. I want to get it somewhat neat. I'll leave that off to the side just to dry off. Now I've got to cut out those two to basically finish off the frames. It'll be a bit tricky to do to try and get the neat cuts. Start sticking down the sides. Maybe I'll do both sides at once actually. Now I'll do the front edge once those two are dry. And from the looks of it, I think this is what goes on top. Oh well, I know the part goes on top, but I think the actual textured part sits on top, so that when you look at the diorama from above, you get the wood texture. Now I think that glue joint's been successful, so what I'm going to do is go this way around. Keep losing which side it is. It's got the glue on this side. once again using the knife to just get in a final position. Okay, that's looking good. This front edge done. PVA on my finger now. Again, it's water soluble, so it's easy enough to wash off. I'm not overly worried about getting particularly gluey hands. As long as I sufficiently avoid getting glue on the outside of parts, that's all that really matters. You know, looks like for the shelves then it's a similar thing, except it's just the front, or the top and the front edge. So that'll be on these three. I was saying probably 1.9 for the other. Oh, that's interesting. Got this bit here. Okay, is that supposed to go on the back then? Oh, I see, and that's the guide for where the shelves go. Ah, I see. Okay, so that's the case. Let's get that one cut out now. There's nothing extra I need to do with this one then, which is because of when I'm ready to assemble. So these two will go on here. They'll go in there, this one will go on top, and the shelves will go in between. So speaking of the shelves, let's get them sorted. More scoring to do. Get the 3 shelves cut out. Let's deburr them. Another solid piece coming out. There we go. Solid chunk out. Just move out the rest of the PVA and then no. Don't want to glue you down to that. Glue onto there. It's in the right position. Yep, happy with that, so leave that there. So make sure these are properly bent first. Done a bit of a bump there. So now I can get this one. Yeah, that's good. And the final one. The nice thing with PVA is that you can actually slide the part around initially, and then once you've got it where you want it, you just leave it, it'll set, and then once it's set, it is on there. So I'll leave those for now, and then once the glue is dried, I'll then be able to stick the front edges on, and then those parts will be done, and I'll basically be ready to actually next thing I could be assembling the shelves. Yeah, maybe a bit too much glue on this one. This is bubbling up a bit. So that one actually. What I do then is the one the side where we've got the bubbling effect. Try and put on the inside. Let's see if I can get the front edges done. That was a bit gluey. Luckily stuff's going to be on these shelves, so you're not going to need to see the surface finish too much. Right, I guess now it's time to start assembling. So these should go on like this. I think this is going to be the last part for today. It's going to be tricky. Keep this all properly lined up and square. Actually, I'm going to keep that on the end. Inside, so let's do that one, that side. How's that looking on there? Okay, actually. I wonder if I might just get that stuck down now, perhaps. Blue, I can use the stick. I think hopefully be okay. Seems to be lined up correctly. So I need to let that dry a bit. Before I do anything else. Yeah, so what's coming up next time will be putting these drawers in. which are just actually, okay, they're just facades. They're saying A10, but I don't know. A3. There's no label for which ones A10 are. Okay, I think I've got this one, which is A1, wooden floor. Actually, let's mark it before I forget. I know A3. There's A10 in here. Okay, there. Let's see. There's a 10. That goes on there, and then you got a little piece, Charlie 22. Which means it's going to be a little cut out, probably folding thing. C122 is all of that apparently. Oh, that reference on page 10. No, it's not. There's no cut reference on there. Oh, on the bookcase. Oh, so you use a bit of. I guess you're supposed to use a little bit of cocktail stick. And then use it. Okay. So use cocktail stick as the base, cut half a centimetre off, and then I guess use this to cover it to give it a similar texture to everything else. Okay, that's an interesting way of doing it. I mean, I guess it works. Glue up this one. I didn't actually look at which side I was zooming. Yeah, that's not the one I wanted to do, is it? I'll do it this way around. Let's try that again. So basically there's a little bit of bubbling where the edge. I didn't score as accurately as I could have, and some parts of the edge have bubbled up a bit, so I want to keep that on the inside where it's going to be less visible. Look at that one there. In fact, if I get the shelves in dry fit. What I'm going to do then is hold this in place where it's supposed to be. And it doesn't matter that I falling over, it's as long as I get the width right. It's gone loose. I guess this will go in here. And yeah, I've got to get a little handle on there. And it feels like I should have two, one for each drawer. Just like this. That should be sufficient to try with the right spacing to then be able to glue the actual shelves in place. We'll refer back to the picture quick. Because all we managed to do today is that box and that box. And then we start on the bookcase here. Also got the picture frames almost done. So yeah, still a lot to do. But I think once we've got all the furniture done, everything else is like, well, I think the cushions and the chair and that are going to be the fiddliest parts next, and probably I guess the switch with the other appliances. But after that, the rest are all big, big furniture, big walls. They shouldn't be, as long to do. So I reckon this might be a three-parter. This series. I guess we'll see. Do you want to wait for that to dry quick? I'll get the other one that I've got. So there's no picture on the box of this one, but you can see on the instructions here, it's the other one. It's another apartment scene, but slightly larger. The larger bookcase, big sofa, also an outdoor area with weirdly a kitchen on the balcony. Not sure what that's about. Oh, there you go, there's another view of it there. So yeah, that's the next diorama that I've got to do afterwards. But like I said, there's probably going to be a three-parter, so it'll be a few weeks until I can get to that one. What I think I'm going to do is glue this one down. So it starts holding everything more rigidly in place. And do the same on the next shelf. Hard to judge how straight these actually are, these shelves. I mean, I can tell that way, but it's more, you know, where they angled like that. In real life, it's not really a problem because they'll have studs in them that the shelves rest on that will all be holes will be pre-made, so you know, as long as you match up the holes correctly, the shelves will be level. In this case, when I'm gluing them in, I've got to kind of eyeball it. I just hope I've done it right. So that's the shelves in theory. These boxes should fit in there. Where's the front? There we go. Which they do. And the same thing with the pictures. Yeah, they're probably going to be glued in just to hold them up, but obviously I've still got to actually cut up the frame part of them. Yeah, that's kind of an idea of how it's going to look. I guess I might as well get this glued in. Since I've already got it cut out. This. Which way around is it? Yeah, the short part up top. What I might do is just inset slightly. Make it clear as a separate part rather than it being flush with everything. Because if you look at drawer units, the covers often are slightly inset. It falls a little bit, it's a bit too much. There we go, I think that's good. So I'm happy with that. So that is basically the progress from part 1. So not a whole lot to show, but I now know how the kit works and how to identify stuff. And yeah, I'm a lot more confident about going into the next part now with this, which will be not next week, because next week will be hopefully finishing off the Seeking finally. So yeah, it'll probably be the week after that. I'll be continuing on with this, so 2 weeks time. Next stream will be next Wednesday, probably going back to Dawn of War 2, since the Ascent is clearly a no-go at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of it, really. I guess thanks a lot if you made it this far, and I will see you next time.